Where do we begin today?
Hi.
We got a porn star mad at us.
Yeah, that really broke my effing heart.
We got a satellite radio decision that has to be made today. We got a moving crew here.
Yeah, that's encouraging.
At the radio station we're broadcasting from.
It's encouraging when they're just stripping the walls of pictures and even our pictures off the screws that we're holding up, and it's just leaning against the wall on the floor.
Waiting for the moving guys.
Yeah.
They're telling us that they're just moving offices, and lucky us, the corporate guys are moving into this office.
Yeah.
Or this office space.
Whoopity-doo.
That's really exciting for us.
Good to have them there here.
And I guess everybody's moving downtown except for us because we have this weird radio deal where we have to split our time between two companies and two different radio stations, so we can't move.
Isn't CBS? They're moving too, right? And they just built that little studio temporarily? Okay.
Who knows? But yeah, you make a good point. If we're staying, why are you taking our picture?
Yeah, why is our picture leaving? Do we at least have one or two pictures up? Could you leave like maybe a K-Rock thing and a O&A thing?
You can't have anything fun, on the walls if you're corporate. They don't know fun. They don't know fun for their office space.
Yeah.
Every time we had to go over for a meeting, which meant we were getting yelled at, it was never a, hey, why don't you come over, just hang and let's get to know each other type of meetings. Never.
They're just going to put pictures up of like the final scene of Braveheart where they're disemboweling him. That's what executives like having.
They like to have just like pie charts on the wall.
Yeah.
This was a good pie chart from when we were very productive and very successful as a company.
This is supposed to give us incentive to bring us back to those prosperous times of the blah, 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 blah.
They don't even have those inspirational posters. It's a mountaintop and then, sky's the limit and blah, blah, blah,
sky's the limit.
blah, 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 blah. So what does that mean? They're just moving everything today? It's moving day?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah, today's clean out day, and then Wednesday everything gets hauled out of here.
The hell's going on?
People and everything?
So what happens to us?
We're cool, apparently.
We haven't even met the new boss, who, of course, is the same as the old boss.
I should write that down.
The Who said it best a long, long time ago. Why hasn't he come by and just said hi? I know he fired us once already.
Townsend?
He's the guy that fired us in Boston. He's the new guy down here, but he's been the new guy long enough to not be the new guy anymore, but we haven't seen his face. Last time I saw his face, I was sharing a cart with him. I was golfing with the guy, so I know I'm good with him. We're good with him.
Oh, yeah. That was ancient history.
He was hoping that I would, slice one into the wood so he could be done with me.
It doesn't even matter how much you know these people, because just remember this scene.
He's gone, and there was nothing we could do about it.
Yeah.
Biggest day of your life, and it's an empty room with the chairs stacked.
He's gone.
What do you mean he's gone?
He's gone, and there was nothing we could do about it.
Oh, really?
Well, we'll have to just do our show and see what happens.
Yeah, that's all we do. That's all we've ever done.
Are they taking anything out of this studio during the show?
I don't know.
They better not take our TV, those mother effers.
No, TVs. All the equipment in here is staying. Apparently, nobody wants this stuff.
Well, obviously, look at it. I can't even identify half this stuff.
They're getting all new stuff downtown. That's all brand new equipment.
We have
brand new stuff.
We have a top-loading TV VCR combo behind Anthony,
and they can't have it.
Yeah, that's ours.
Ours.
That's right. They're not getting that in 1985.
What was the last year they made a top-loading VCR TV
Terrible.
combo?
I want to tape one day at a time with that.
What was the last time they had that?
I don't know. That is really ancient.
And when those were rolling around in everyone's apartments and houses, everyone's like, technology's never going to get better than this. This is just amazing.
This is a VCR that's attached to the television set. So if one breaks, the other one's screwed too. It's wonderful.
But how can we ever possibly improve on this fine technology?
On the top loader. Well, doesn't a lot of dust get in there and stuff? Shut up. What do you want, a front loader?
What are you going to do? How was your weekend, Anthony?
Oh, action-packed.
Yeah?
Well, I did have a little Warren Dean's christening.
Aww.
was Dawn and Patrick's little baby.
Yep.
And I was, of course, the Godfather. Yeah. So I'd like stand there, you know, and they just run you through it willy-nilly.
Yeah.
It's like a gig.
Yeah.
It's like a gig. You know, the priest is like, all right, now what you're going to do, you're going to come up here and you're going to stand behind the parents. And I'll say some stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then you say you agree with that. Of course, you'll say, yes, I do. And I will, as per the questioning. And I feel like I should have like a wireless mic on and be sent out after some stripper onto the stage at the Hard Rock. That's like how we go. That's our prep for like gigs.
It's good to
last minute.
It's good to know Jesus wings it just like the rest of us, though.
Yeah.
We're just going to go with this thing.
We'll wing it.
He's paying attention up there. He'll make sure it's done properly.
Yes.
And then he'll do some voodoo, hocus pocus stuff and hit the child with something that makes him one of us.
Jesus magic. That's what he'll do. But they have all the symbolism and everything that they do. So, first they grease the kid's head up with a little oil on the thumb. Mm-hmm. They got to give you the little cross on his little head.
Right.
And then there's the old anointing with the oil, and they rub their little chest with the oil.
Mm-hmm. Giving him acne for the next 3 days.
Yeah. It'll be broken out on his chest.
I'm sure Dawn is thrilled about that.
And then they give the old head dunk. Mm-hmm. Well, you got to put some water over their head.
Yeah, but they changed that. Aren't you supposed to gunk?
Like what?
Well, in the river, they tipped you all the way back and kind of held your nose and made sure you got a nice...
Well,
a nice
God,
dunking.
I wish I could remember her stupid name and how she tried to baptize her 5 children.
Yeah.
Or Susan Smith.
Right.
Yeah, she's good at baptizing.
But now they just kind of pour the water on the head.
Yeah, they kind of lean the kid back and pour a little water on his head. And then at one point, the priest comes up and he goes to the parents and grabs the sides of their head and, says something under his breath. It's like, I'm kind of doing some kind of faith healing thing. I don't know what it was. And then my job is pretty simple. I just got to stand there.
Yeah.
And then I got to, denounce Satan.
Yeah.
And all of his shenanigans.
Why do you get
apparently?
Why do you have to get involved with that?
Well, because at the same time, Clemenza was shooting someone with a shotgun.
There you go.
And Mo Green's eye was being taken out during a massage.
And Bartini was grabbing his chest in the worst staged fall ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lavish
like Bartzini,
half circle.
Yeah. So then I had to hold the candle, which represents the light of Jesus. The light of Jesus.
They gave you the responsibility of holding the light of Jesus. Were they nuts?
Well, the godmother would light it.
Right.
And then it gets handed over to me, and then I got to stand behind the parents and hold it.
Yeah.
And as the priest said beforehand, and could you please not tip the candle over so there's no wax ends up on the carpet?
Yeah, well.
So it kind of takes away from the whole mystical, magical part of it.
Right.
You'd think if it was this miraculous candle, the wax wouldn't melt and hit the carpet.
And if it did, Jesus would just clean it up when the church goes dark.
Yeah.
And no one's around to see his magic.
His magic. Right. Lights out. Everyone leaves. Jesus goes, look, the wax is gone.
Yeah, and then they just the next day go, wow, it was a miracle. The wax is off the carpet.
Yes.
You should have just blown out the light of Jesus and said, there's no God.
There is no God. My name's Fred.
Jesus was a man like you.
No, I did have to blow out the candle, though, at the right time.
What if you blew it out at the wrong time?
Well, the priest told me. I'm just following orders.
Too much responsibility. I don't like that you had the light of Jesus this weekend.
I was holding that light of Jesus.
You know, with that shaky hand of yours, you could have caused earthquakes and stuff.
Shaky hand? I'm steady as a rock. Should have seen me. The candle was
Were you a little nervous having the light of Jesus in your hands?
Nah, it was a candle. Some candle that they buy at some goddamn Sam's Club for churches. You know it. You know it. There's church stores.
Yeah.
This candle doesn't come from some holy place. It's not some guy that climbs some mountain, comes down with candles and white hair, and distributes it to priests. It's like anything else.
Yeah.
We buy wholesale.
That's the sad part, huh?
Yeah, all that stuff. The big Easter candle things that are up there, the candles with the light of Jesus, the oil that they anoint with.
Well, the little restaurant candles. They're either restaurant candles or they're in the churches, so you can make your prayers and stuff.
That's it. Same wax.
Same wax, same little thing.
That's it. All that stuff is just like, look at everything. Even the stained glass windows. I'm looking at them going, it's really something. The light comes through, and there's Jesus, and he's, being Jesus, doing Jesus-y things. And then you realize some contractor just did that and got paid for it in money. He didn't do it for, to have his sins washed away.
Right.
He charged for it. And
how does the magic go into the priest?
He apparently gets a calling that he does not want to have any relations with women, and then becomes a priest.
But how does he know that he's got the magic now?
I don't know. You're supposed to have this calling.
What if you go through everything and realize you never got hit with the magic, but you don't want to tell people you didn't get hit with the magic, but now you're out there preaching the word of God, and now it's all phony because you never got hit with the magic?
Then you go back home to your brother Tony, and he takes you to the disco, and you tell him that you're no longer going to be a priest. And then the mother freaks out. Father Frank will come back to the church. Father Frank will come back. Well, look at you. Now you got 3 pieces of crap children. That's right.
The whole thing is mysterious.
It is very mysterious.
You got to have a lot of faith.
You certainly do. Because, I almost let slip the F-bomb 3 times in church.
Why?
Because I'm just conversing. After everything's done, you're in the aisle there, and then you're talking with relatives, and I'm just talking the way I usually talk. And I'm in the house of Jesus and God and everything, and I'm just, I took the F in this, and
there was a bunch of
F in this, and
there was a bunch of union guys that built the church.
Yeah.
So what? As soon as you leave the church doors, then it's okay to curse and be a normal person.
I don't get all holied up.
I don't understand all this stuff.
It's got to get all holied up.
I try to have an open mind. I don't understand the magic thing.
It's magic in there happening, though, apparently.
When you're using Sam Club's candles.
Yeah.
And an oil, that just came from a supermarket somewhere.
I just figure the oil is in a big 55-gallon drum with a pump dispenser on top. And they just here's anointing oil. We buy it in 55-gallon drums. It saves us a fortune.
Yeah.
The Vatican loves it.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So now he's now a child of God, right?
He has been cleansed of what do they call original sin, Opie, because I
love that song.
We're all just...
In excess?
Yes. We're all just stained with the original sin, just being born.
But that's not fair. We didn't do anything.
I know!
What the hell did we do?
That's why little kids, when they die before baptism...
Yeah. Just float around for...
They're in purgatory. They're in purgatory. So they got to have this original sin cleansed of them.
That's just not fair.
It's not fair for a little tater tot like that. And then they don't do it. It's not a very personal thing because there are other families there.
No, I know.
They have a whole crew that comes in.
They got lazy.
I think assembly line.
I think when we grew up, it was one kid, one ceremony, but now it's like everything else. Mass-produced the baptisms.
Who was sitting there in the church while Michael Corleone was denouncing Satan, waiting for their turn? Excuse me. What about my baby?
But if you got money, then you could have the church to yourself.
Yeah.
The almighty dollar.
It was great. We laughed. I gave Patrick a ticket to Vegas. Sent him out to tell him I don't want to see him.
That's all you were thinking?
You're
Godfather
out of the family business, Patrick.
Yeah. And why do they lock the doors at night at these churches?
To keep the riffraff out. There's a lot of expensive stuff in there.
Yeah, but that's,
see that? Gold goblets.
That's not too godly, though.
Well, even they agree that there's some evil people in the world.
Which just blows up the whole spot of the church. You got these amazing warm churches, whether you like homeless or hate them or do you tolerate them, whatever. But when they lock the doors at night and the homeless people are piled up on the stairs outside the church, I think to myself, well, that's not too nice.
No.
I mean, if you're going to go into the religious business, you got to deal with the smelly homeless guys at night. What can I tell you? Because that's how it was back when Jesus walked the earth.
They don't want the pews to be literal pews where you go in and,
But do you understand how ridiculous that logic is, though?
Yeah.
Because wasn't Jesus all about helping the down and out?
Oh, my God.
The downtrodden?
He would help lepers.
I hate that word, downtrodden.
Lepers.
All that stuff. Yeah. They kept their church doors open back in the day.
What do you think they were going to do? Lock them with what?
Well, they're locking them now when all these people need help out there.
Maybe back then they just didn't have locks.
Oh, really?
Would they have those big boards that kind of slide on those metal brackets?
Yeah.
I don't know how they locked the door back then.
Aren't we all equal in God's eyes? And the homeless bums, they need a place to rest their heads at night.
And they're looking in a nice church.
And they're looking for you.
Not in a nice, clean church.
As in the warm, nice churches.
They don't want duty on the floor.
They all get their own, like row. It's beautiful.
And
they could set up camp for the night. That's why the whole thing is ridiculous. They're deciding when they want to be charitable to people, these churches. You don't get that choice.
No. Well, churches are magical for special people.
Yeah.
People that conform to society a little better than some others do.